Hello, hello, hello. How we doing? It is a Monday, isn't it? And therefore we find ourselves right here. Hello, Prana Boost. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello. Tis the day of Monday. If you see this flopping thing around here, that's my cat, Hudson. Welcome, welcome, welcome. My eyebrows look very dark. Yes, he's going crazy because he has allergies right now. Happy to see you. I met you when you worked at the front at Awakenings. Aw, amazing. Your picture is very small for me, so I can't quite see. Hold on, let me see if I can make it bigger without losing this. I can't see your face, but I want to believe that I can. Hello, Just Doc. Almost finished with your book. Well, anyway, good to see you, Prana Boost. Almost finished with your book. Amazing. Thank you. I'm glad that you are reading it. Hopefully you like it. I'm more turned this, like, I usually have these one behind each other, but not today. So my cat has allergies too. So that's interesting. So we both have allergies right now, very bad, don't we? So I'm going to put this stuff on his little head scratches that he has to have now. A little antihistamine and a little antibiotic, huh? Yes. So, yeah, that's what's happening. Thanks for liking and sharing the live. I appreciate it. Helps to get out to more people. Hi, Natasha. Can you just like lay properly, like somewhere? You have to lay on me though. You could just lay on this pillow. I'm sure you'd love that. You know what? I think part of the reason why the TikTok live is lower is Dana Willie's live. And when Dana Willie's live, everybody loves Dana Willie, and we have so many similar people. Hey, Keely. And so there's that. But anyway, here to chat, here to connect. May do a reading. I'm not 100% sure right now. We'll see. Oh, I'm going to move you over here on this comfy pillow. There you go. I might do a reading. We'll see. Yep, exactly. Everybody's on her live. You should tell Dana to get off her live and come on my live. Michael says, join Michael's live. Hello again, Green Lady. Because it's fun. Just left hers and on here now. Look, we're all sharing. We share the same people. I'm going to text her. I'm going to text her right now and be like, hey. Hold on. Let me find her. People are saying they are going between our lives. Tee-hee. Get over here. We could do it together. Yeah, I just texted her that we should do it together. Well, I'm reading your book. I feel like I should be here. Oh, well, that helps. Feel free to ask me anything you want about it, any thoughts that you might have about it. You're welcome to do that. Oh, crap. I need to make sure I plug my phone in. Otherwise, it will die. Oh, let me go grab my charger, because otherwise that's going to be short-lived. That'll be short-lived. One moment, please. One moment, please. My sweet people over there. Oh, my leg. Oh, my leg. Oh, my leg. Sitting cross-legged and then coming over here, not easy. Let's say that. Oh God. Okay, I'm just gonna leave my leg hanging because does not feel nice on there. Hi, Diana. Welcome. What do you think about remote viewing? How does someone even do it? Have you done it? Yes, I've definitely done remote viewing. And how does someone do it? They just learn how to move their awareness. It depends on how, because there's more than one way to do remote viewing. There is the original, or the way that was developed by the government, U.S. government, which is called controlled remote viewing, or CRV. And that is often taught by someone called Lori Williams, who's very, very good. I highly recommend. So if you're interested in that, you can go check her out and tell her Michael Mayo sent you. But anyway, remote viewing in that way is a very specific way to do remote viewing. Dana says, you come over here. Dana Willie invites you to co-host. Wait, what happens if I click yes? Will I lose all my people? Okay, guys, if I lose you, go to Dana's live. Oh, she just sent it. Hold on, I gotta tell her to send. Okay, there you go. How'd that work?
Magic. I am magical.
That's really funny because I was like, am I gonna lose everybody if I do this, click this button? Like, does it end my live? But apparently no, I just have my live and you have your live and now we're together.
And now we're together.
That's hilarious. Well, I'm glad that happened.
Yes, if you guys don't know my good friend Michael Mayo, this is Do Less Michael Mayo.
Do Less. And then he's also noble. He's also noble. Noble, well, Do Less. Michael Mayo.
It looks like Lubon.
Oh yeah, because it's backwards. Yeah, we were just chilling. This is my normal Monday nights that I do every Monday. And I saw that you were on. I was like, dang, I wish Dana and I could go on together because now because we have a lot of the same people who like to watch us. Sorry, I'm like picking cat hairs out of my tea. We like to, we go on at the same time. So, or sometimes go on at the same time. And I was just like, how do we, but apparently it's already built into the TikToks.
And here we are.
What were you doing? What were you
in a witchy shop in Florida today?
What?
Somebody said on my live.
You saw my book?
Our comments are not.
They're not together.
You only see your people.
Okay, great.
And I only see my people.
This is me learning social media. Yay. But this is new, right? This is a newer thing.
No, this has been going on for a while, sweetheart.
Tells you what I know. The only thing I know is that the only thing I know about is that book that I wrote. That's the only thing I know. I can't write a book on social media and how to do it, but I can tell you about the book.
Now, battle? No. Do you know about the battle?
Isn't it some sort of like, you have to do a thing and then people like do things? They like tap screens or something? I don't know.
Yeah, here we go.
I'm scared. What do I do?
You just hype up your people.
All right, people, but you're gonna have way more people in your life. I only have 46.
I mean, do you think
Tap,
I would lose
tap,
on purpose?
tap, 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 tap. Get crazy. Don't let Dana win, guys. She just brought me here to feel shame. This is why I'm here. She just wanted to shame me. I don't even know what social media is.
Oh, thank you, Janelle.
Janelle, you traitor.
I said it on purpose. So
That's hilarious.
Thank you, Sylvester.
Oh my God. Is that what you... Wow, look, it's working.
It's a competition between our students.
Oh my goodness.
Are a lot of the same people.
They're probably feeling very conflicted right now.
I know, but they can love both of us.
They can love both of us, but I don't understand. How exactly do you win?
Just by tapping and giving gifts.
I'm getting really sick of the hairs falling into my freaking tea. So
Midori's number, is that Midori? Who's number 1?
He says I'm tapping both sides.
Yes, Midori is number 1 on my sides, and Janelle's number 2, and Sylvester's number 3.
Everyone says I'm so conflicted. Oh, I have some people on my side too.
Yeah.
What save me? Why does it say save me? Oh yeah, Nat is helping me.
K1,
and Ashley and Katie and Claudette. Oh my gosh, you guys are doing great.
Yeah, you got Ash and Katie Murdoch.
You know what?
Matt.
Don't save me. Don't even save me. Just let me go. You know what? There is no doubt.
And Janelle, thank you. Oh my God, you guys are so great. And Sylvester got me an ice cream cone.
Oh my gosh. Yeah,
Michael,
you guys.
You're getting rinsed right now, sister.
Honestly, oh look, I got that. Interesting. I love how my Instagram like completely has gone now. Because they're like, we're not even involved in your life, so see you freaking later.
The StreamYard.
Yeah, I did the StreamYard. That's okay. You guys don't have to say me.
I paid for it and I never used it.
Oh.
Okay, bonus, yeah. Guys. Bonus time.
What's bonus?
Take it home with the bonus time.
Yeah,
tap,
just
tap.
You know what? I don't even want my people to waste their finger strength here, because why don't you save that for other button pushing moments, you know? Because there's no way. There's no scientific way, you know?
Oh my God, you guys. Thank you.
Oh, I see a bunch of people talking to me over here. Hold on. Hi, Tracy. Hi. Oh, you can talk. Sorry. Hi, Jamie. Hi, Crystal. Hi, Susie.
I can talk, guys.
Tracy.
Oh, he's being iced out. Oh.
Hi. Am I doing readings tonight?
It sounds like a sore loser to me.
She's very witty like that.
Thanks, Savannah. Thank you, guys. 2 times gifting points. Tell Michael nipples would help him. I don't think, was I supposed to say that out loud? Those were inside thoughts.
Oh my goodness. Hey, look at the little sleeping cloud.
It's so cute.
I love that Natasha's like, yeah, there's no coming back from that. And Biden is like, he's just ignoring TikTok now. I just realized I had all these other people talking to me on my other streams. So I'm just like, oh, I should probably say hi to everybody. Hello.
Well, hi to everybody on Instagram and on YouTube. I shouldn't have said that though. TikTok shop is incredible.
Oh, can you not say those things? Is that like
grateful? No, you're not supposed to.
Really?
Yes, but TikTok shop is great.
TikTok shop is great.
Yeah.
I feel like a child with divorced parents. Don't make me choose. Wait, so what are you doing? When does this end?
In 1 minute.
Okay. Damn,
let's just talk.
That's a long battle. That's a really long battle. It's like
Michael, put your book on TikTok shop for real. Honestly, that's not a bad idea.
Yeah, I mean, but then I have to send them out, don't I?
Yeah, can I do it for you?
Well, how? But how would you do it? Because you can't
send me books.
I just send you the books and then you just send them out for me? Oh, that's pretty.
Yes. This is how I get my mediumship powers.
Finding it on.
Pam says don't.
Don't do it. Okay, why?
Yeah, and Pam has 4 books.
Why, Pam? I want to know the reasons.
Pam wants to know. I mean, do you send out the Zon ones? Oh, I was like, what is a Zon one? No, I don't think he does.
Do I send out what? Signed ones?
The ones on the Zon.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they're on them. They're there.
No, but you don't.
Oh no, I don't send them out. They're sent out by the publisher.
Well, it's nice that I won 5,092 to 592.
Thank you. Literally, that's the first and last little battle thing I will ever do. I just want you to know.
Savannah for being number 1, Janelle number 2, Kendra number 3.
I'm just saying that's the last time I'm ever doing one of those TikTok battles. What are you? How do we make this disappear now?
It should go. It'll go away in a second.
In 2.5 minutes?
No, I don't want it. How did that happen?
Victory lap for 2.5 minutes.
No, don't press the rematch button.
I will not be pushing that. Trust me. I know what a rematch is.
Oh, you do. What's
Yeah.
the name of the book? Would you? Okay, so we just started and we started getting goofy and having fun. But Michael, can you introduce yourself properly and tell people about your book?
Hello, my name is Medium Michael Mayo. I am a evidential psychic medium. I am the founder of the Oak Bridge Institute, along with my co-founder Megan Elisa, and I wrote a book called Spirit Speaks, a step-by-step guide to genuine spirit communication. And if I was really good, I'd have the book right here and be like, ta-da! But I don't. That was my cue just to get Dana to get up and grab it. Yes, there it is. And not only does she have it, but she's actually put some tabs to remember certain pages, which means she's taking it seriously.
Well, because you know why? We had Michael Mayo we had a book club at Mediumship with Heart, and we had Michael Mayo come and be the guest speaker at the end of reading the book.
Yeah, which is so sweet.
Yeah. But I highly recommend this book. I was thinking, and I made a video today, Michael, about kind of the riffraff that's going on TikTok right now with some of the mediumship stuff going on with these people that are just starting their journey, reading really early. And I was thinking, how do we reach them? How do we talk to them about some of the things that they're doing and why they're not helpful and why they can be harmful without preaching at them or feeling like attacking them or whatever.
Yeah.
And I just have to say, this is a great place to start.
Really?
I think that reading about getting some good books about what you're doing and doing research about what you do. This is not to promote Michael's book, but it honestly is a really great book. One of the best things I love about your book is you talk about the history of mediumship. You talk about our pioneers, where when you learn about them, you understand a lot more of what is possible within the spirit world.
Yeah.
You learn about a lot of our pioneers that took a left turn when from an ethical standpoint and what it cost them. And I think there's a lot of lessons within that, and that's one of my favorite parts of this book is your dive into that.
Thank you. Yeah, that's actually one of my favorite parts of the book too. And actually, unfortunately, I would have put so many more examples of things in there and much longer if I had. But if I had done any more, I'd have to get written consent from all those people and the SNU and all of that sort of thing to quote them and stuff. So I actually wanted to put a lot more in there, but what I did put in there, I tried to kind of just do the highlights of some of the things just to kind of pique the interest of people. Because to me, that if you don't see what's possible, then you're going to think mediocre mediumship that you see on TV or these other things is it. And then you go, I can do that already. I can tell someone their grandma's here and I can give them a message that says they love them and they love to cook. They can do that. Or they can just give a tiny little bit of some information and then throw it out there and just kind of be okay, and we're done, right? But when you see really developed mediumship, when you see what is possible, you recognize it's insane. It's insane. And that we should kind of have that bar kind of similarly that high. So yeah, that is what I see. Question for you. What were you just doing on your live?
I didn't have a plan. We were just chit-chatting. But Spirit said, get on live tonight. And I said, okay.
All right.
So that's where I'm at, kid.
That's where you're at. You're just here on live.
I'm just here. I just like chit chat. And again, I just keep on going. I don't know. It becomes like this echo chamber, I think, sometimes when, like I make a video and I'm like, hey guys, like you shouldn't do this. And then everybody that already agrees is like, yeah, totally, that's bad. And then I don't feel like it brings the right people to the table to like really, like, is that changing hearts and minds?
Yeah. What's interesting is that it doesn't, I don't know that it does much for changing hearts and minds, but I will say that it probably gets views. And that's the reality. It's like the more drama seems to get views, and the things that like the outrage seems to get views, the authentic, there's something Megan often complains about, or has complained, I shouldn't say often, because I don't know if that's true, but she has made the complaint. It's like, why is it when I'm getting at someone about something, that's the thing that like gets a ton of views, and then the ones that are like positive and all that stuff gets barely any sort of traction. I'm just like, is it a TikTok algorithm thing? Is it like people just respond more? And I would imagine it's probably the respond more piece, largely because I mean, why do you think the news is the way it is, right? To keep people watching, to keep people interested, to keep things that way. So I've often thought about like, what are creative ways? One thing I was thinking about is like, maybe I can look for really great examples of mediumship of people doing it online, but then I'd have to sit here and I'd have to look and watch people. And this is going to sound terrible, but I have a really hard time watching people who claim to be professional mediums do poor mediumship. It stresses me out. Like, it's secondhand embarrassment. It's uncomfortable. It's cringy for me. Like, I just feel really uncomfortable by it. And all the reasons, because mediumship is already seen as bullshit. We work really hard to do that. The potential damage that's being done, and the just overall ignorance, right? So for me, it's hard for me to. That's why I don't actually watch a whole lot of mediumship, other than people that I already know and like. So, yeah, I don't know.
Question. So what you just mentioned was like things that everybody here can pay attention to, right? Because part of my want is like to actually reach some of these people that need a little more development or whatever, but also to empower like people who are looking for readers, who they should follow, what is real mediumship, if you will. And everything that you just said are things that other people they experience when they're watching somebody, that uncomfortability, that like, ooh, that doesn't feel right, or they get that intuitive like, oh, and some of these people come off really sweet and really wonderful and all of that, so you want to give them the benefit of the doubt. And I will just say, like, we've all had our bad days, right, where
Totally.
our reading doesn't slam like it normally does, and so watch people a couple of times. But I guess my bigger question to you is, what is the hallmark of a great mediumship reading, where you're scrolling, or you go to a platform demonstration and you see somebody work and you're like, that was it, like that did something to me?
The first thing I would look for is the power. Like, when you watch someone make a link, you actually feel something. You feel a shift. There's a shift in the atmosphere. There's a shift in the energy, especially in a live demonstration or something like that. That, I would say, is something that I definitely look for, because when you have someone who's going to do a really good job, there's a whole atmospheric shift that occurs as soon as they start to move into it. And I've experienced that time and time again. I know you've experienced that before, for sure. That's the first thing, especially if we're watching it live. But some of the things that maybe translate to on here is the impact or the power of maybe getting a lot done in a fewer bits of information, right? So not saying that you can't, work your way through it and do all that stuff. Of course you can. But I think what really smacks is when someone feels very confident in what they're giving and feels trusts their experience. And then the big thing, and this is what I think really shows a mature medium versus not, is when they get something wrong, how do they gracefully and positively recover?
Mm-hmm.
That to me is a really, really big one, because I have seen even professional mediums who bully the person, who say all kinds of crazy things to them, blame the person. I mean, I'm sure you've seen that here too. And there's 100 different ways to handle that in a much better way. So for me, I think those are some of the things that I would look for. And it's less like, I don't really, it doesn't mean anything to me if someone like cries in the reading. Like that really means nothing to me. If someone's having an emotion or someone's feeling, whatever, because I've also seen readings where people are very stone faced and at the end they said that changed my life, right? Like that's not real. Yeah, it's not really.
Somebody like this, the whole reading, just going yes, yes, and I was like, and then I got like the longest email afterwards about how like that was so impactful.
Exactly. So it's never about emotion. That's not the thing that would really sell me. What sells me is, do they seem like there's ease and flow in their work? Like that's what really gets me, is like if someone's working and there's sort of like an openness, a flexibility, like you're watching them get a piece of information, then you can kind of watch them sort of, okay, they're receiving a little bit more and they're staying with it and they're kind of just moving in this flow. And anytime you watch someone in the power, it's the most amazing thing is when they lose themselves in the power. Mm-hmm. And like you're just like, oh, that to me is like some of my favorite things. And you'll happen to see that like that often correlates with quality work that's coming through. And I'm really trying to avoid saying anything like names, dates, specifics, because I don't actually care about that much. Do I want that in readings? Of course. It just makes things more efficient. But is it impressive? Yes. Does it necessarily make a good reading? Not always. Not always. You can have people who are going to be like, this name, this date, this thing, but then it doesn't like, there's no heart, right? And you're the medium with heart, so you know all about it.
We named it that.
Yeah.
No, it's for me, it's when you feel the spirit love. And you talked about the power, but it's almost when it feels like that person is really in the room, that they have painted them back to life in such a way where you like, this isn't my loved one, but I feel like I know who that is, because it has painted such a beautiful picture of who somebody was in life. And also the intelligence of spirit world. Like, yes, we don't need names, we don't need social security numbers, like those things are cool, whatever. But when you see the intelligence of the spirit world to mention a certain thing that is happening in somebody's life currently that they really needed to hear from this person. I've had where I've been doing like a TikTok live and all of a sudden I'm like, I gotta go now. Like the spirit person's here, I gotta go now. And that person was just flipping on the FYP and just happened to see me start the reading, and it was for them. And the intelligence of that. I think those things are so, that's where I just become in awe of the spirit world. Like it's the intelligence. I think we can all spit out facts and figures, but it's when they show like, no, I'm here. I was with you when you did this, and this is who I am now. And just like, that's my favorite.
Absolutely. Couldn't agree more. Could not agree more. So I'm just going to jump over here just because I see people sending me things. Okay, good. Some people just love the drama and want the tea, and that's what gains traction. Yes, the more than positive messages. That's what entertainment often is, right? The stories and the drama. Hello, Melissa. I don't know if you're still watching, but hello. I agree with you. I think that you just gave a really good example, as the intelligence is often the most exciting thing. Seeing what they're able to bring through and the circumstances around that, right? Like, I mean, one of my favorite things is the story you've told me about, those experiences you had with that one medium who would get the music and then like, it was so perfect with, you know what I mean? Like that was just so, I love that story. That one's always touching my heart when I think about it.
Oh, Cody.
Yeah.
I've talked about it before, but like he had for those of you who don't know Hearing Heaven, he has like his Spotify will turn on or his TV will turn on, and it'll go through songs really quickly to bring through evidence. And that happened one day where my loved one stepped forward and he asked the Spotify a question, and it came back with evidence of like my dad's name, like specific dates, like all of these messages, and it was all through the music on his Spotify. It was the coolest thing ever.
And it was just shifting. It was just changing on its own. And like that's a perfect example of physical phenomena, or really ITC is what we would call that, which stands for instrumental.
Intelligent?
Nope, instrumental. Instrumental not trans communication. And yeah, that's a cool way to do it. I mean, I think that's just so cool. And obviously that's not the only examples. I mean, the amount of times that people have, and I'm sure you hear these stories all the time, that students will be like, I had asked the day before for someone to appear, and then all of a sudden randomly I see this thing 10 minutes later and it's you saying XYZ. That's a perfect example of like the intelligence of spirit working and doing what they can.
That happened to me in England where I was doing a platform reading and the person that came through was kind of an outside person connected to my sitter, but he stopped me afterwards and he's like, I talked about her for the first time in 2 years yesterday. And like, I was like, you mentioned her. Like, she was like, who, me?
She said, what up?
But they do that, right? They say, oh, I was there. I know you talked about me. And I think that stuff is so cool. Hannah asked, do you offer trainings, Michael? I worked with the Squamish medium.
Oh, yeah, I know the Squamish medium. Danielle Serenk. Yeah, actually, I actually mentored her a little bit during a tough time in her development. So yes, yes, I offer in many ways, both through Oak Bridge Institute, which is the online school, and then also in my own private mentoring options, which you can get at mediummichaelmayo.com. So yeah.
And you guys started foundations on Saturday, but are you still taking a few students?
Yeah, we can still, if you are interested in starting a foundation series through Oak Bridge, which is the start of sort of our mediumship track that's only taught twice a year. We had the first class, but you don't have to necessarily be there for the first class to still join in because all of them are recorded. So if you are interested in jumping in because you want to start developing your mediumship, you may have some experience, you may have no experience. Foundations 1 is the place to start, and it is going to build you up. There's a ton of actual, what's really cool is we've been running Oak Bridge long enough now that we have a lot of people who have completed sort of the mediumship track. And it's just very, very cool because unbeknownst to Megan and I, like there's like a reputation that's going out and around in the world and on Reddit and on TikTok, and people are getting sent to us from previous students, and they're like, they were amazing, and they said I could train with you guys, and we'd be, it's just like, oh, that's the magic of, time in the process and having people, I don't know if you saw the live Megan and I did the other day at all. Were you there, Dana, when Megan and I? Yeah. And like people were saying, so many great things, and it just to have so many people all at once kind of just like, it just felt like over the years just starting to like come together at one moment just was very touching. It was just like, oh my God, we actually are doing, good things in the world, which was nice.
No, I highly recommend you guys. You guys are amazing. And there's a lot of people saying, highly recommend Foundations. I still go back to lessons from Foundations 3 years ago. Yeah, you guys do a great job. Oh, thank you, Janelle. Janelle says we both do.
Yeah. I'm certain. I mean, all I ever have been waiting for, and Megan and I talk about all the time, is when Dana's gonna be like, I'd love to do something at Oak Bridge. We've been just waiting for you to say something so that we can poach you for things at Oak Bridge. But whenever you're ready, Dana, you just let us know.
Don't make it awkward.
Tell me when you're joining us.
One of us.
Yeah, exactly.
We shared a lot of students.
Yeah, we have a lot of overlap.
And I know that when when we're getting a student from Oak Ridge, like, we're getting somebody with a lot of great foundations, and I think those foundations are important. You mentioned that, even if you've been doing this for a little bit, starting with foundations isn't a bad idea. We have our Tuesday circle, which is tomorrow night. We have a beginner side to that, and I have a lot of people that, even though they've been reading, even professionally, they'll start in the beginner circle because they realize how much of the basics and the foundations that they really need, and that they haven't been blending correctly, and learning those really important things. And I know it's really important to you guys at Oak Ridge. It's really important to us as well at Mediumship with Heart, of like the personal development that you have to do, that it isn't just about like getting names and getting better evidence and smoother readings. Those are important, and those just come as part of your development, but the personal development is the very, very important.
Yeah, 100%. It's like one of the most important pieces, and more so just so that you have more capacity to be there for other people. And this ain't no joke what you do in mediumship. It's a very serious calling. Yes, is it fun? Yes, can it be funny? Can it be silly? Can it be all those things? Of course. I mean, if you know me, myself, Megan, Matt, Dana, we are crazy, silly, goofy, whatever people. And then also we take, this work incredibly seriously. Aspen says, I read your book, Spirit Speaks, Michael. I didn't realize you were the same Michael. So cool. Yes, that's me. I'm that Michael.
I'm Michael Mayo.
That's me. I'm the one. So your August session date is my birthday. Is that a sign? I would love to say yes, it is, but maybe, I don't know. That's up to you to determine if that is a sign.
It's me, Jessica.
Nat says the combo of Oak Ridge and Mediumship with Heart has been absolutely life-changing.
Oh, thanks, Nat.
There you go. I mean,
it's never too late to develop either, and even going back to like, sometimes we have people that have been working for a while go back to foundations, start with foundations, or go to our beginner side. I really think it's important that it's just a lifelong journey of development, that we're not at a point of arrival at any point, and it's something that it's just the gentle unfoldment that happens over time, whether we're doing something actively or not, but having a dedication to the Spirit to be the clearest voice we can be for them.
Sorry, I'm just giggling because of what someone said. I honestly feel like I'm in the presence of a celebrity. I'm like, trust me, Dana is the celebrity, not me. I don't know. Do you see my follower count? Like 4.
Every time Michael and I are together, I'm like, no autographs. And then I like protect him. I'm like, no.
That's crazy.
He's mine. So
I really just, and one thing that's kind of standing out as we're just like chatting here, Dana, is like how, with how much competition there often is in the mediumship world, and how that just doesn't exist between our two different schooling, right? Like we literally just like, yes, please, like go work with Dana, go do, their circles, go explore and all those things. And all of our students who come back, they're like, yeah, I've been doing, working with Matt and Dana, but now I'm ready I want to do some Oak Ridge stuff. And it's just been, and there's just no conflict in that, right?
Yeah.
Like it's just, there's so much available that there's never a sense of like lack in that.
No. I really think we learn so much from varied, and believe me, like there are people that maybe you shouldn't learn from out there, but sometimes I've learned the most from them too. Like I actually learned how to teach by being around people that couldn't teach, and that's a big thing that pulled me towards this work, because I didn't know about Michael Mayo back in those days, or Oak Ridge, or anything like that. And there just wasn't a lot out there for people to learn the correct ways of doing things and the ethical ways of doing things. And it was very Spirit-led to like fill this gap of like what was missing out there. And a lot of people teaching that don't know what they're doing, or they regurgitate a great book and they use it as their own.
Yeah. The nice thing about some of the exercises and things that happen at Oakbridge, especially in Foundations 1, is a lot of them are spirit given. So if I ever see them out in the world, I'm like, I know exactly where you got that. But, you know, if it works, it works. It's like, I don't, look, would I prefer people to give credit where, you know, credit is due? Yeah. I mean, 20 years of running into walls and trying to figure out, like you, there was no Oakbridge when I was developing either. So I had, or no, you know, there wasn't anything for me in the same way. And that took years and years of running into walls and trying everything and seeing what happens, which I'm grateful for, right? Because all of that learning and journey definitely helps. I do want to really quickly just call out Nat, because Nat and Danielle are doing like the beginner mediumship development sort of thing.
Channel.
Yes, I just created a TikTok. If you can put that in the chat, just because I think that's going to be a really helpful resource for people, because I'm very close with both Nat and Danielle. And I know that both of them are very trustworthy, and both of them have a lot of integrity, and both of them are such great resources for exploring that. And I think sometimes it's really useful to have other people who are developing and students, or maybe just a little bit ahead of you, to be like, hey, this is the way, because we can say it till the cows come home, but I think it's different when it's like, no, I'm with you in this, and like I want us to explore this together. So yeah, I don't know. I just think that that's definitely something to mention there.
Nat, if you want to like your Nat account on to Michael's live and then come over here, then everybody can follow you.
Yes.
Developing Mediums Guide is somebody just put it in the chat over here.
Thank you. Developing Mediums Guide. Definitely. I mean, between Danielle and Nat, you're going to be in for a great treat.
Awesome.
Someone said, Aspen also said that she's now following you, Dana.
Oh, thank you.
And then she said, I've heard so many mediums recommend your book. That's why I did. And you definitely well known. Oh, thank you. I mean, like, I don't really love that, hearing that. Not necessarily I'm like, get away from me, because I'm not. Thank you. That's sweet. And also, I'm just doing my own thing. I'm just over here like, and if that means that it's having a positive impact, like the other day when people were saying that, that's why it meant so much. Because like, you don't think, like, I just don't think in those terms. I don't think you really think in those terms, Dana, of like, we're sitting here going, let me count how many people have been positively impacted and how many times my name is mentioned and like all that stuff. I don't give a shit. Like, I literally don't care. All I care about is like, who's the person in front of me that I'm supporting and helping in this moment. That's it.
Yeah. But that's what leadership is. I think anytime we're self-congratulating ourselves a little too much, we've lost the plot, right?
100%. I think that when the best thing I ever had was two things. One, my first teacher, Barbara Miles, who, when I started to get big for my britches, because in the very beginning I had a lot of success in my mediumship and psychic awareness, and she so thankfully knocked my legs and humble pied me right away, which was fabulous. So thank you so much for that, Barbara. And then secondly, Eileen Davies, who's also one of Dana's teachers, she is a perfect example of walking the walk, or walking the talk, and also someone who's never wanted to be someone, and yet in many people's minds is one of the best someones. So yeah, I think I'm really, really lucky to have had kind of those in my path, because it just kept me like, who gives a shit? Like, it's not about all the other stuff. And when I was developing, there wasn't social media like it is now. Like, there was nothing to perform for. It was just like, you just developed because you had to develop, and you were just doing the work. And my whole everything started from word of mouth. All of it, you know?
But really, that's the best advertising I was working with somebody recently in a mentorship, and they've been professional for quite a few years, and we were talking about marketing, and I said, it's word of mouth, baby. Like that's where the organic growth is, and that's how the right people find you. Like you can market yourself until the cows come home, and that doesn't bring anybody to the table, and that doesn't bring the right people to you either. I truly feel like, yes, we can read for anyone. A well-developed medium can read for anybody. But I do feel like the spirit world brings you the medium that's right for you. I feel like there's like an intelligence within that. Curious, I have another question for you. These are the things that have been on my mind lately.
Okay, I'm just going to quickly just acknowledge hello, David. Okay, cool.
Hi, David. Tell David he's cute.
David, you're cute. According to, actually, he does look cute.
I'm psychic.
You're psychic. Okay.
And I know.
I don't know. He probably just left the room just then anyway, so it's kind of making me laugh that he probably missed me telling you that I think he's kind of cute from that photo that I just saw. But anyway,
watch the replay later. I have been seeing a lot of people blame the sitter for being closed down. Like I wasn't able to make a connection for you because you were blocked, because you were a skeptic, because you were closed down. What is your opinion on that?
Well, I love that thought. My other thought is this. That only matters if you allow it to affect you. And so one of the things that we always teach at Oak Bridge and in my book is this idea of sources of tension, desire, distraction, and expectation. And one of the sources of tension, which sources of tension are the things that block us from staying clear, relaxed, open, surrendered, which is how mediumship works the best. And one of those sources of tension is distraction by my sitter. And so if you are feeling distracted because your sitter feels like they're not engaging or they're not open or whatever, that is on us to work more, connect more to the spirit. Now, it is a three-way communication, so there is some level of participation that could be useful and make it better and stronger. So, of course, if someone is open, it does help, right? Like it's I'm not going to deny the fact that it really does help. However, you can do a reading completely blind without any response. You can do a reading without knowing who it even is. A perfect example, we were just talking about this in mentoring or in a class yesterday. when we would work in person, I was being trained by, I don't know if you've done this with Eileen. We did this exercise where, and I've done this many times, where the room is already set up with all the chairs in it, right? And we are coming back from a break, and one person gets selected to do a reading to an empty chair. Eileen writes down all the information that you say. Then everybody is allowed back into the room. They randomly sit wherever the heck they want to sit. And then Eileen reads out the message, asks who can understand this. And the person in that chair raises their hand and can take the information, which the intelligence thing we were just talking about before, which is incredible. But then the other part of that is you don't need the response of your sitter to actually do a good reading. You don't. You can do it without it. However, it is helpful when they do engage to some degree. And it's even more helpful because the more relaxed the medium is, the better. But if the medium cannot get to that, like if the person is going to come in however they're going to come in, they're allowed to be however they are. They're the person in grief. They're the person coming on the day with whatever is going on for them. Yes, there's things that are going to help, but you as the medium have to work with whatever presents itself, at least in the training piece. If you don't want to do that later on in your professional days, sure, just decide who you want to work with. That's fine. But in your training and development days, you can never blame someone else for it. Like everything is an opportunity to learn. Everything is an opportunity to expand and develop. Long-winded, sorry, but there you go.
No, I think that was covered. And I was going to make a video about this, and one of the things I was going to mention is the blind reading, or like, where you cover your eyes and you don't know who's sitting in front of you, and you still somehow can deliver a reading no problem without any response back from a sitter. So it's the intelligence is there, the facts are there that you can do it. Is it easier if somebody's like, oh my God, yes, oh my God, yeah, blah, 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 blah. We love that because it adds energy to the room and the sitting, but it's not necessary to make the connection.
Yeah, it's definitely not necessary.
You said something that was really impactful, that sometimes people aren't coming to us in the best of shape to a reading.
I would say most times. I think most times they're not coming to us in the best of shape.
So, to put that on somebody like, well, you're closed down, I think that's adding insult to injury.
Yeah. I mean, and even if they are, your job as the medium is to meet them where they are. I mean, what Gordon, would always say back in the day, he would be like, your job is to be the rock in the storm, right? And if I'm letting myself be blown around by whatever emotions and things are arising, I'm of no use. I'm actually lost at sea with that person. And so our job is to be that rock, be the one that is going to stay centered, because we're the ones driving the ship. It's also why, when people start getting emotional in a reading, my first thought isn't let me stop and check in and like bring attention to it. My first thought is let me keep moving, because this is just a moment, and let's keep moving through it. I'm going to take them through it with us. If I stop every time they get emotional, I'm actually taking something from them, right? I'm bringing attention to that moment. And so we need to be the one that is driving the ship, to some degree.
So you mentioned that this is getting emotional. What about when the medium gets emotional?
Yeah, I think that if you are getting a little bit emotional, meaning like, you get a little teary-eyed because you got touched by something, maybe you related to something that was said, that's fine, like whatever. But if you are being like, I have to stop, or I need a minute, or you are actively crying, I have a little bit of issue with that, because again, it's like you're taking what's their thing, right? And like, it could also be that the medium themselves are over-identifying with the information, which is not staying neutral. We need to stay neutral in our communication so we can do the best work. When you start to get a little bit dysregulated like that, it's going to start to hamper in clarity. And then also sometimes people can just be a little dramatic. I mean, there's personality, not just, so don't be dramatic for unnecessary sake. I mean, you can wear a dramatic outfit. You can wear a sparkly jacket. You just have to do good mediumship when you're wearing it, I guess.
Listen, I've seen you on live with a sparkly jacket before.
And did I do good mediumship that day?
I'm not saying he has a sparkly jacket, but he does.
I absolutely do.
Yeah, I have a general rule of thumb, and you talk to it very well, but it's like I shouldn't be more upset about the situation than my sitter. And we can be in it but not of it. We can care but not carry. And that's a moment for us to like go, ooh, I was just triggered in that reading. What set me off? And that's where the personal development really matters. And, like if something triggers you, you got some healing to do, and that's okay.
Everybody has healing to do.
Well, somebody messaged me yesterday or emailed me and said, do I have to be 100% healed to do this work? And I was like, then you'll never do this work because you'll never be 100% healed. We are humans and we are constantly going through stuff. And I know you've been in therapy. I've been in therapy. Even though I've worked that and I think I'm over something, there's always going to be something that like goes, oh, yeah, that one still hurts a little bit.
100%, because healing is layers, right? Like it's layers. And I don't think that, yes, can you learn how to not be overly crippled by it? Sure, right? But there's always going to be things that bring up those wounds and scars and things like that. I don't know if you saw Miss Pink Payne's. Oh no, you wouldn't be able to because we're on two different things, because I keep forgetting that. Personal question for you too. I don't know if you're still here, but do y'all ever get frustrated when teaching someone if they doubt themselves? Dana?
No, I think how many students? I have a student that doesn't doubt themselves to at some point in their mediumship.
I've never had.
I think it's the most normal thing, and it's the humanness. And sometimes that doubt is the imposter syndrome. That it's because you care so much.
100%.
It's because you care. You know, one of the things that I think it helps with doubt, and one of the ways that I work with my students is, you know, spiritualizing yourself.
100%.
Going from believing to knowing.
Yeah.
And letting the time of being, of going to that point of like, no, I don't believe that this is happening. I know that this is happening. Because it's that relationship between you and the spirit that are going to do it far more than you getting names and getting all this crazy evidence in a reading. That's superficial, and you ride real high on that for one reading. Back to that neutrality, when then you have a bad reading and then you're like, I'm the worst medium.
Yeah.
But where can you be neutral? You know, like have a moment where you're like, that was a cool connection, but you don't like do this from it, and then you don't like fall down. But I think spiritualizing ourselves and really building that relationship with the spirit, like that is one of the strongest ways. And that doesn't happen overnight. Think about, like, I didn't trust him right away when I met him. Like, I was like, who's this guy? It took me a little while to trust my friend Michael, you know? Conversely, like, you don't just trust something the second it happens. It's sometimes time and layers and, you know, 100%. Consistency.
100%. You said it so beautifully and so perfectly. I'm like, no notes, nothing to add. Nothing to add. That's beautiful. Hello, Cody. Actually, I saw you doing a live reading recently. You said, this isn't your Cody, this is a different Cody. You said, I learned so much from the nose. Yeah, I mean, I am so glad that we have people that have the mindset of learning and wanting to grow, and the nose they do teach you a lot, especially in the beginning of your development. So very, very cool.
Well, are you going to do a reading?
Me right now? I don't know why. I don't know. Maybe. I've had really bad asthma and allergy, like probably the worst I've ever had it. And tomorrow I'm actually going to the allergist. So hopefully that gives me a new track. But yeah, it's been terrible. Like, I'm going to be totally transparent and honest. It's been absolutely horrendous. But I'm okay. And I'm okay right now. And I'm seeing the doctor tomorrow. And we're going to sort of get that sorted, which is good. But are you asking me that because you're about to jump off? I'm psychic. I'm not really.
Did you know that I like literally watch you from those Monday nights? And this, like,
this is way late.
But I was like, I'm getting like.
Yeah, no, I know. I do. I might do a reading.
Well, make sure, if you guys aren't already following Michael, make sure you're doing that. Go over to his live and harass him and tell him that Dana's side was way cooler.
It is, though. It is way cooler.
And that you hung out over here the entire time.
Yeah. It makes sense. And honestly, rightfully so. They should. I mean, I want to hang out with you the entire time. Now, why do you think I got you to come on this live with me? I was like, Dana, I love Dana. Huh?
I love when we hang out.
I know, so do I. Hey, Sandy. Sandy popped in. She's in our class for foundations, which is cool. Sandy Cheeks.
Oh, is that Sandy Cheeks?
Yep. And she just like, I don't have service, but I wanted to say hi quickly.
She's a total sweetheart.
Yeah, she's lovely. She's not far from me, actually. She's
oh, really?
She's nearby, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, so yeah, I might do readings. Hopefully you will watch me from the bathtub or something cool like that.
Yes, I will. Just know that that's happening.
Know that what's happening?
That I'm in the bathtub watching you.
I assume anytime I think about you that you're in the bathtub. And not only do I assume, I also visualize. So, you know, there's that. But I think your husband would be okay with it because I've met him. You're welcome. You're welcome. Yeah. I mean, I should charge a fee, but you know, that's okay.
Not for friends.
Not for friends. That's what we call benefits, ladies and gentlemen. Benefits. Well, on that very edified note, thank you so much for being here and connecting and sharing your beautiful thoughts. I love it when we get to connect and talk on here together. And this is Bush, who is also having allergies.
Oh no!
So he's got a little cone on.
Well, you took your cone off before you went live, which is good.
I did, because otherwise I keep scratching my face too much.
All right, I love you.
Love you. See you later. Bye. Yes, so that's what occurred. Yeah, Hudson's got allergies too. We're all struggling over here, which is great and not so great. Hello, Susie. I see you over here. So thanks everybody for joining. Janelle, I love you. You're one of my all-time faves. And also, how dare you? How dare you? Is it because she's a beautiful woman and I'm just this? Is that why, Janelle? You traitor? Huh? Is that the reason, Janelle? I just need to understand. Is it because she's a beautiful woman? She's a 20. Fair. And I'm just this. This is what I am. A coughing, hacking, almost 40-year-old. Wait until you get gray hair. I will be dyeing the gray hairs and I will be continuously plucking them from my beard. Oh wow, does that really help the nicotine patch? That's interesting. So yeah. You love a silver fox? I don't think I'll gray that way. Honestly, I've had two gray hairs in my whole life. And I'm about to be 40 in March. Well, you're not about to be. I still have plenty of time, but I'm 29 in 4 days and have gray hair. Yeah, that happens. Did you say no way because of my never having gray hairs, or because, oh my God, you're not about to be 40? Yeah, guys, I'm literally about to be 40. What's your age, Cody? I mean, obviously, is this Unk? Derek is slowly graying and I love it. Gray would look so lovely on you. Yeah, well, Derek is a handsome man. Of course he's going to look great with gray. Of course he is. Yeah. You're 28? I mean, 21. Yeah. Well, people often think that I am in my, I won't say 20s. I don't think I get 20s anymore. But I definitely get early 30s. People usually think I'm about 30, 35. Well, anywhere in the early 30s is what I usually get. So there's that. Solid 32. Thank you. It's genetics and also this ring light. I think if I didn't have this beautiful ring light on my face that's evening out like the hollowing of this is what reveals my age. You can't see it in this lighting, but these guys can over here because they're getting the side lighting. But yeah. Hello, Denise. Anything even big for my? Not really. A testament to how well you age when you mind your own business and keep the peace. Yeah, I also just think it's genetics. I think it's genetics and a good skincare routine. That's probably what it is more than anything. Although I can't say that I've been doing much for my skin recently. I just bought your book. Had no idea you were on TikTok, and you just showed. What's hilarious is you're the third person today that has come on here and has mentioned that. So thank you. That's really cool. I love that people are saying that. Glad you found me. Please give me a follow if you're not following me. I love it. Spent all my coins at Denise. Can even send a heart. That's hilarious. Hello, Borikua. I think that's how you say that. I was going to ask, did I do okay when you watched? I'm so self-conscious. Someone I look up to. That's okay. Here's the reality is like, I can do a reading right now in the state that I'm in, and I could do really terribly. You know what I mean? And the reality is each reading is going to be different. And so we never want to don't worry about what other people are thinking. That's only going to make your life way harder. All you have to do is do your best, forget the rest. That's literally it. Every time that you get up to do and serve the spirit, remember that the hardest part is standing up and doing it, right? That's really the hard part, is standing up and deciding to be brave and do your best, and you can't ask for anything more. I think if you put too much pressure on yourself, it's only going to build anxiety. Nat says, do your best, forget the rest, going on a post-it note. What's funny about that is actually when we have thought about creating some sort of like thing that people can like have beautiful thing to have in their place that Oakbridge can, sell. And I have so many of these freaking sayings that I say all the time. So it's kind of funny. Hello, farmer. Nice to see you. So, and it's interesting because like Dana talked about, a lot of people sometimes feeling like imposter syndrome. And I think the imposter syndrome piece is important to think about in the context of, if you are not developed in feeling like an imposter, then that might be a clue for you to ask yourself, is this true or is this not? Hello, Monet. And if the answer is this is true, I am not as prepared as I should be, or I'm not as developed as I should be, or I don't have as much experience as I should have, then that's a sign for you, okay, I need to do more work. However, if you also ask that question and you recognize, wait, I have put in the time, I have put in the energy, I have put in the effort, and I feel like an imposter, then that is a personal work thing, right? That's something that you need to look at, because why are we shooting ourselves in the foot? But that whole confidence thing is such a multi-layered thing. It comes from experience, it comes from development, it comes from being able to point to successes in the past, and it comes in belief in your ability to do these things. So yeah. And don't get me wrong, there's absolutely times where I, even after all these years, can feel like, do I suck at this? Am I good at this? Am I not good at this? Like, I have to ask myself that question sometimes. And thankfully, I feel, better. But it does happen. I mean, even after all this time, I just came out of a winter time period where I wasn't sitting very much. I wasn't really in the right, space to be doing readings and stuff like that, and felt like a normal person with a normal, no mediumistic brain, and it sucked. And I was like, man, this is what everybody else feels like. This sucks. This is what it feels like to be a normie, and that's not fun, So you get to the other side of that, and that's what you have to remember, is like all those times that you feel nervous or anxious or whatever, like you just have to move through that. So you are not I don't know if you're alone, Susie. I'm reading from the TikTok thread that's happening over here as well. So I'm kind of looking at both of these. How's my love life? My love life is good. Thank you for asking. You took 6 months away and it was very helpful. Honestly, I took a 6-week break and that was so good. I'm so happy that I did that. There's some days I'm like, I'm never doing this again, and the next day, let's go. Honestly, that's sort of the pattern during development of your mediumship. You have, some highs, and then you'll have this time period of like shit. And then when you have this time period of shit, unfortunately, what happens is you will, well, no, opposite. When you have that really, really low, oftentimes people do their best work right after a really, really low point, because all of their expectations go away, because they go, oh, I can't do this. I'm terrible. I'm the worst thing since sliced bread. And then I'm just going to, they go to fuck it mode, basically. And they go to their next reading and be like, this is my last reading. I'm not doing this anymore. And then suddenly they do a really great job because they've totally let go of expectation. And that's why we teach that at Oakbridge. It's about desire, distraction, and expectation. How do we get out of desire, distraction, and expectation? That's how you create more consistency in your work. Which part's happening, Monet, for you all over again? You're in your shit time period, Ren. Oh. My biggest advice for shit time period and get how to the quickest way to get out of it is sit in the power. Just throwing that out there. That is the fastest way. Yes, I strive for those rock bottom readings. That's hilarious. I was taking classes and my teacher moved away. Now I kind of feeling lost with my development. Michael, why don't you come over to Oakbridge Institute and join us? Then you will not be lost. And I can't move away because it's online. Debbie. Oh, hi, Debbie. I was just talking about you and how you helped me expand. Oh, thank you, Debbie. Hello. Highs and lows into being back. Yep, that's exactly it. But Spirit is stretching me in my development. We love that. The other thing I would offer to you guys too, have a home circle. Get into a home circle. Sit with the consistent people. Sit in the power together. That's going to make your life a lot easier. Would highly, highly recommend. Hello, Lillian. Oh, Hataboshi. You get no cute. I have to put his little stuff on his head. His little ouchies on his head. I still listen to your Sitting in the Power. Thank you. I'm so happy that you listened to it. It's a good one. We have an updated version that's coming out, which is the same vocal audio. The only difference is any of the weird clicks are gone. Different music, but the music is really good. It's the same one that's used in my audiobook. In fact, I have to go back and see if you guys have completed that. Let me just do that quickly now. Because I sent it to a bunch of students to listen to, and that way we could get it done quicker. And I want to see if you guys finished that, because if you did, then that means we're much closer to it. I know I saw Ren in here, and I know, Ren, you were assigned one of these, so I don't know if you've listened to that already. You did. Perfect. Okay, let's see if there's anybody else who needs to do this. I know Victoria did. That's perfect. Let's go here. Yep, that one's done. Guys, this could be done. Let's see. How about this one? Yep, amazing. Let's look at this one. Oh, that one needs to be done. Okay, so we have one that needs to be done, two that needs to be done. Okay, great. Only two. And then Janelle, get off this live. Okay. You've already done enough today. You picked Dana over me. Okay. And then now you didn't even have this done. As she says, by Wednesday, okay? Please. You gave Dana all of your everything. And then this is still empty. I'm like, do you even like me? Do you even like me? Just kidding. I love you. I always love you. Let's see. We got this one. Oh, that one's not done. So we're going to have someone do that one. That's definitely done. Okay, so we have 3 that are not done as far as I know. And what about this one? Oh, that one, 4 that needs to be done. I know that one's done. I know that one's done. I know that one's done. 5 not done. 6 not done. Okay, so it was like 6 or 7 or 8 or something like that. So those are the ones that we need to do. So there's a few that are not done. And once those are done, then we can send it in. And then once that happens, then we will be able to... So if anyone else wants to do any of the ones that aren't done, I'm totally happy for you to do that. Susie, I don't know what happened to the $500 from your account. I'm not doing readings right now, so I can't really help you with that. I'm sorry. If you're not so genuine and approachable, I would never have had the courage to sign up for a mentorship. It's taken me 10 years of trying to get to the point where I ever considered myself as someone who could do this. I finally started to say, why not me? Just saying that was something I never could have done a year ago. Thank you. You're welcome, Jamie. Jamie, I adore you. You're just such a sweetheart. You are so sweet. Let's go here. What do we have? Michael, have you ever had a fear come up in this lifetime and know that it came from a past life? And if so, would you go about healing it? I've never had that happen where I'm certain that it came from a past life. I can generally just trace it to where I'm at now. And so that is the, yeah. So no, I can't say that I have. Not to say that that can't happen. It may be that maybe a past life regression or some sort of work like that might be able to be supportive. But also, I think that really we have enough things in this lifetime that need to be dealt with. And honestly, I would probably go a little bit depth psychology into it and I start asking myself, where am I, like, what's that bringing up for me? What is the fact that it is from another lifetime feel like to me? I would start to kind of question myself on sort of the whole premise, and not just the premise, but also what comes up and what feelings do I need to be sitting with. That's usually what I would do. Scrolling back up because I missed a lot of you guys. Oh, my light died. That might be a sign. Is it a sign? Can I plug that in? No, that's too difficult. Oh, yes, I can. I can do this. Beep, bop, boop, into there. Hold on. Please hold. My light. I want my pink light. It's not as nice if I don't have my pink light. Pink light. Pink light. There we go. Not as nice as it was before, but I suppose that'll do. There you go. I still have my one recording speaks to listen to left, and I'll be doing that tonight. Amazing, thank you. You've learned to enjoy the clicks. Yeah, that's fine. The mouse clicks are a good practice for letting go. Yes, they are. Those were not done by me, by the way. That was actually put in there by the professional. So every time you're on live, my cat sits right beside me because I'm a cat whisperer, guys. That is why. Do you remember any of your past lives? I personally, I do, and I'm certain this fear came from a past life. I don't remember any of my past life, no. So I think, though, what would be interesting is to do some processing work on that past life memory and bring it to the present. Because nothing can be done about the thing from the past, but everything can be done in the present and how you process that. And what you're willing to accept and what you're willing to let go of, and actually honestly let yourself feel and reparent and re-give to yourself what you lost from that other one. The one thing I would also throw out there is that be mindful of bypassing the discomfort that can happen when we put a label like this comes from this other time, because it may be that we're on some level, not saying that I don't believe that you remember it, but I'm saying even if it is from that time, it's you right now who's being affected by it. So it's the you right now that needs to process it. So even if it is sourced from this other thing, it's you right now that needs to use the tools here and now to process that. Can I look at the Foundations course currently happening on your website? You certainly can. It's at oakbridgeinstitute.org. And then just go under courses. You'll find Foundations 1. Click on that. You can actually still join Foundations 1. Even though the first class already happened, you are still able to join because it's recorded. That first class was recorded from the live class. And you don't necessarily need to be there for that one. So if you still wanted to join, you can still join. Does Spirit know when they're getting ready to pass? Yeah, there's been claims that people know that for sure, and I think that that's probably true. I would always picture me clicking away. No, it wasn't me. My 3 cats and dog are on my bed with me listening. Aw, I love animals. They're the best. See you, Nat. Love you. Yeah. So, what I'm thinking for this is, how often do you do Foundations 1? Twice a year. So the next time won't be till January. So if you can get in now, I would highly, highly recommend. Still a smaller sized Foundations 1 class. So I would definitely recommend joining this one versus the one in January, which tends to be a larger one, about 40 people in that one. This one I think is still in the 20s. So always nice to do that. Does next advancing start in January? Correct. Advancing only always starts at the top of the year. You'd sent the email to support at Delta Psychic class? So did Marissa get back to you? Oh, I like that name. Hi, Tapestry of the Unseen. Not yet, but it's been a couple of days. Have you checked your? Sometimes our emails go to like the junk mail. I know that several people had that issue when she was responding. She has responded to everybody who has reached out about those things. So just check your junk mail, spam folder, that sort of thing. Hello, baby boy. We do have a psychic course coming up. I just guess I should say that. We do have a psychic course coming up on July 22nd, I believe is when it starts. So if you are interested in joining that, I really needed to check when my Shift Network course is, because it better not be on the same day. Otherwise, that's going to make a mess. Let me just look here. Course dates. There they are. 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's hope and pray to the baby J that is not the same days. So that's happening on that day, and that's happening on that day. Okay. It's happening on Tuesdays. Hell yeah. We like that. Okay. No, not there, but I'll keep an eye out. I can pray to the baby J. Yeah, I'm glad you like that. I'll just check the email quickly now and see. Hi, Hudson. Hello. Katrina, what's the first few letters of your email so that I can check this thing for you? You really enjoyed my book? Thank you so much. I'm so happy that you enjoyed it. I've been getting a lot of those messages today, which is so sweet. Oh, okay, that's helpful because it's... Please hold, please hold. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, I'm going to mark this as unread because it's marked as if it's been looked at, but it was not responded to. So I clicked that, and then I'm going to just put it up here. How do I pin this to the top or something? Anyone know how to do that by any chance? Mark as not important, move star, filter message. I don't know how to do that, but stat to task, maybe do that. Anyway, we'll make sure that you Yeah, she did star it, but I don't see that she did that. I'm going to send a message right after this to make sure that she responds to you, okay? Thanks for following up on that. Okay, perfect. Can you explain more about the psychic course? Yes. So in the psychic course, it's a 22-week course. It's on Wednesday evenings. It's an hour and a half. And it is very thorough. It takes you from not knowing how to do anything with psychism, and it takes you through multiple levels of working with your psychic awareness, including tools, including using color, your own sort of awareness. It teaches you how to scry. It teaches you how to remote view. It covers a ton of different things. It's a very comprehensive course, and it's a long one. So it's our students who did it previously, they really succeeded and were really excelled. And by the end of it, we were incredibly impressed by that. Is the book on Amazon? Yes. It's called Spirit Speaks. It's got a blue cover, and yeah, that's what it is. Tapestry says it's very helpful compared to other mediumship books. Thank you. I wrote it to be very helpful. That is why I wrote it, because I wanted to be able to hand someone a book and be like, this is what you need to know. Janelle says, love that class. It was helpful. Yeah, it's a good class. It's a fun class. A lot of exploration and play. So if you're interested in developing your psychic awareness, highly recommend it. Do know, I think on the website it's listed at like its full price. You can pay that in monthly installments. So just remember that, because that's important. In all of our courses, you can pay monthly installments. We also offer partial scholarships. So those things are available to you. Does your book ship to Ontario, Canada? It does. It's all over the world. Mm-hmm. You can just get it on Amazon if you want to. The psychic course sounds interesting. Do I need to take foundations first? If you're in foundations 1 right now, I wouldn't recommend taking psychism at the same time. Let's keep those separate. So since you're already in foundations, Monami, I would just stay in foundations and do that first. And then I would say take the other. Oh, my terrible baby. He's barking at me. Are you barking at me, baby? Yes, you hate this cone. He hates the cone, as all animals hate the cone. Yes, so I actually think I'm gonna head out now. And the reason is I'm feeling a little bit tired. I'd like to do readings next week. I'm assuming that I'm gonna have a respiratory plan that's gonna be not having to take all these other medications. So next week I will be doing connections, I'm assuming. So assuming everything goes to plan and everything gets sorted. Because yeah, right now not really feeling the power to do so. So I want to say thank you to everybody who has been here today. I really appreciate it. I also hope I feel better. So thank you for everybody wishing such things. Thank you. Good night, Tapestry. And I look forward to being able to work with you guys again next week. Thanks for coming on. I will be here again. What do you think of the book, The Body Keeps the Score? I think that is very true. I haven't read all of it. I've read part of it. So that's what I would say. I think that there's definitely something to it for sure. Let's see. And then I think that's it. So I'm going to go rest. And tomorrow I get to go to the doctor. Yay. And figure out how to make these work a little better. And I don't mean my boobies. But thank you, everybody. And I will see you next week on Monday. Do know that I do a free Q&A every Monday also at about 2 p.m. Pacific. So, yeah. Thank you so much, everybody. Mwah. Thanks for joining us.